These are the guns that are up there. We have a Bond Armed Snake Slayer 4 Derringer. It's a 45 LC, 410 gauge shot.
I want to share one hunting story before I get into my slides here. When I first started elk hunting in Colorado, first year I didn't know what to do. I'd only hunted whitetail deer as far as big game go out in Pennsylvania. You know, and that's a lot different than elk. You know, whitetail deer generally have a small radius in their home unit, and you know, elk could be anywhere. And so I ignorant to everything. I went to Cabela's and picked up these VHS tapes of Primos, The Truth About Elk Hunting. Remember those cassettes? I bought those, and I just tried to emulate what these guys were doing, and you know, pick up on stuff. And so the first year, I had a buddy that told me you need to sign up for a ranching for wildlife tag. Anybody ever do ranching for wildlife? So I did that my first year, and you'll probably recognize this place. I got a tag drawn to go to this place called the Three Forks Ranch, up north of Steamboat. And I think at the time it might still be. It was owned by, it's a big ranch, 80,000 acres, owned by owner of like Gander Mountain, and you know, it's a place where, you know, guys with a lot of money go in and pay $10,000 to hunt a trophy bull, stuff that I would, you know, never be able to do. And so for my, at the time, $40 tag price, I get to go there and get these professional guides to take me out hunting. I don't know anything about it. I'm kind of soaking it all in. My guide was a guy named Al Schneider, and I remember his name because if you go to the DOW's website, he still holds the record for Colorado State brown trout. He caught the biggest brown trout in the state history of Colorado, Al Schneider. So he took us out to this middle of this field one night. I had a brand new Winchester Model 70 7mm Rem Mag. I got it at Walmart, had a little factory Simmons scope on there. I had it sighted in. I'm so nervous. I was just out there trying to get an elk. I didn't know what to do. Al tells me, you sit in this field right here, and every night, the last couple nights, cows have been running out at dusk. You know, it was the rut had kind of just ending, and the cows are still frisky, so they're running around. And I'm like, okay, that's news. I don't know what that means. And so we're sitting there waiting in this field, and sure enough, right before dark, big group of cow elk come running full speed at us. He's like, get ready. So, oh man, I get that rifle up on my shoulder. These elk are running full speed at me. Oh, 40 yards. They stop dead. I shoot. I miss. Broadside at 40 yards. Pretty impressive way to start my elk hunting career, right? So they run across the field. He's cow calling to try to stop them, and they're stopping at 80 yards, 150 yards. I shot again. They go across this field, start crossing the hill. I'm literally wasting, I empty out my magazine. I'm on like my shot 5 or 6. I later find out that the junk scope that came with that thing, that the rings and the mounts were all loose and the scope was moving around. But so they're moving, he's like, shoot, shoot! So finally these elk crest and stop at the top of this plateau on the other side of this field. He's like, you got one last chance, aim high. So I pull up like 4 to 5 inches high, I got 7mm, so I know it's gonna be, you know, fairly flat. I pull the trigger, miss again, like 7 shots. He's like, you got it. I'm like, what? He's like, didn't you see him fall? So we get up there, lo and behold, I get one after that insanely embarrassing scenario. He ranged it almost 400 yards. And you can imagine the hard time this guy gave me. How on earth did you miss an elk at 40 yards? How did you miss the elk at 80 yards? How did you miss him at 150 yards and get him at 400? And I don't know. I just thought I needed the meat. But and the last funny part of that story is, you know, we're at this ranch, so everyone's driving Ford F-350 Super Duty diesel trucks, and they all have their elk in there and stuff. And I'm in a little 4-door Hyundai Accent, teeny little green car, and these guys are just laughing at me as I take quarter after quarter, which took me like, you don't want to know how long to clean this animal out, and tied them on the roof of my car, this little 4-cylinder, and I'm driving up these ranch roads, and people are just like, you gotta, what are you doing? And a real funny spectacle would have been if you could have been on Berthoud Pass that night. I'm in this teeny little car with this elk on the roof, just second gear, just trying to make it up the mountain.
Praise the Lord and pass the elk indeed.